I remember the text like it happened yesterday. My thumb hovered over the screen for a moment, disbelief rooting me to the spot. Don't go tonight. I just have a bad feeling. I had sent it to her that morning, a simple warning, a small plea. I didn't say much, but it was enough. I thought she would understand. I thought she would care. She laughed when she saw it. Not a soft chuckle, not a playful smile, but that sharp, dismissive laugh that I'd grown to recognize as a shield. Relax, it's just a party. You're being ridiculous, she said, tossing her hair over her shoulder. And just like that, she was gone, heels clicking against the wooden floor, leaving me alone with the sudden emptiness of our apartment. I tried not to overthink it. I busied myself with work, the faint hum of the city outside filling the silence she once occupied. But my mind wouldn't stop. Call after call went unanswered. Notifications popped up sporadically. A missed message here, a half-open text there. I told myself I was being paranoid. She had never given me reason to doubt her until that night. By midnight, the uneasy weight in my chest had grown unbearable. My phone buzzed again, a new message. Not from her, but from a mutual friend meant to be harmless. Hey, is she with you? We just saw her at the party. I froze, the words sinking like stones. I wasn't ready for this. I shouldn't have been ready. I drove there, the streets empty but the neon glow of the club cutting to the dark like a warning. I told myself I'd just check on her, see if she was safe. But when I walked in, I knew. Her laughter, louder too loud, echoed across the room. And then I saw him. He wasn't anyone I knew well, just a co-worker from her office, someone I'd met a handful of times. Yet there they were, leaning into each other, whispers too intimate, hands brushing in a way that made my stomach twist. I blinked, hoping it was a trick of the light, a fleeting illusion. But the photos sent later by a friend left no room for doubt. The ride home was a blur. I kept replaying moments in my head. Tiny signs I had ignored. The sudden secretive text she would delete too quickly. The late-night calls she said were from work. The vague excuses that used to make me laugh and now made me ache. How could I have missed them? How could I have been so blind? When she finally walked through the door, still buzzing from the party, I was silent. Not a word. She noticed immediately that strange stillness in me. "What's wrong?" she asked, brushing her hair back, expecting a grin, a shrug, anything but the hollow weight in my eyes. I didn't answer. Not yet. I needed to see if she could look me in the eye, could face me without flinching. And she did. For a moment, her smile faltered, a shadow crossing her face that she tried to hide with laughter. But I saw it. The guilt, the hesitation, the unspoken truth. The next morning, I found the evidence I had wanted to see. Messages, photos, little details she thought I'd never notice. My chest ached with every swipe. I wanted to scream, to throw things, to beg for an explanation that would never satisfy the emptiness I felt. And then I realized the cruelest part. I still loved her, even in betrayal. My heart stubbornly clung to her, remembering the woman who had laughed with me over burnt pancakes, the one who had kissed me in the rain, the one I thought I could trust. When I confronted her, her words were hesitant, fragile, like shards of glass barely held together. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she said. I wasn't thinking, but the truth hung between us, heavier than any excuse could lift. I wanted to hate her fully, to cast her out, but my heart fought me at every turn. The heartbreak was raw, yes, but it was also a reckoning, a moment that stripped everything down to what mattered most. My own dignity, my own sense of self. I left that night, keys on the counter, heart shattering with each step away from the apartment that once felt like home. She called after me, her voice tight with panic and remorse. But I didn't turn back. I walked into the cold night, into the emptiness, into the quiet pain that was mine and mine alone. Weeks passed. I learned to breathe again, to find small pockets of peace, to remember myself without her shadow looming over every thought. I replayed that night not to dwell, but to learn, to recognize the difference between love and what I had been given. Deceit wrapped in familiar warmth. And though the memory stings like fire even now, I carry it with strange clarity. I carry as a lesson in self-respect in the brutal truth that sometimes the person you trust most will betray you, and yet you will still rise. That night changed everything, yes, but it didn't break me. Not completely. I am still here, still breathing, still learning how to love myself first. And maybe one day I will forgive, but that night lives with me, sharp and unyielding, a reminder how fragile trust can be and how powerful it is to reclaim yourself when it shatters.